Coffee Chat Wednesday, and I've got some Camp NaNoWriMo tips for you. So grab your cup of Java. But the first thing I want to cover is that this is supposed to be fun. Camp NaNoWriMo is supposed to be fun. Especially the camps, they're more laid back. You get to choose your own word count, so it's a lot better. Now, the next thing, number 2, is remember it's a first draft. Y'all, it's a first draft. You don't have to share it with anybody if you don't want to. You get to edit it later. You don't want to edit it during. We're going to cover that in a minute, the next one. But it's just your first draft. It's okay, no matter how crappy it is or anything, it's okay. But one of the great things about this being a first draft and about it being Camp NaNoWriMo and about it being fun is that I'm going to cover number 3 and number 4 right here, is that you get to choose your own word count. For some people, they concentrate more on quantity during NaNoWriMo than quality. But during Camp NaNoWriMo, you get to concentrate on quality more because you get to choose your own word count. It's not mandatory to do 50,000 words. Another thing you definitely need to do is turn off your inner editor. Focus on the writing. Focus on the writing. Do not let your inner editor out of its cake. Do not let it out. Do not let it out. I have a tendency to want to do that. And instead of editing, because don't delete, don't backspace, don't delete, I put some parentheses, some brackets, highlight it. Hey, I need to change this. Go back. Remember, I put little notes in brackets and parentheses to change it. Slow and steady wins the race. Although I really hate to think about this as a race because I don't really want to think about that it's like a competitive thing. It can be a little bit, but I like to focus more on having a deadline and on the camaraderie and the motivation and the inspiration that comes from everybody else and from me, from participating with so many other people. You're not alone in this. It's not so solitary. That I get to focus on the writing and I get to be inspired and motivated and pushed forward by so many other people doing the same thing. I try not to look at somebody else's word count and think, oh, well, they got a lot more than I did. What are they doing that I'm not doing? I try to focus on my own word count and to give props and high fives and great jobs to those who are doing, because sometimes people can do like 5K days or 2K days, and on other days you can do that where they can't. So I try not to focus on the competitive part of it. You need to also remember why you chose your idea in the first place, why you loved your idea, why you chose your story, and remember that. Another thing you need to remember is that if you're having trouble, if you are like in a section of your novel where you don't know where you're going or what you're doing or anything like that, there are places in the forums where people talk about their first lines, where people talk about being stumped, where they try to get ideas for character names, where they try to get ideas for plot or for plot holes, things like that. There's a lot of information on the NaNoWriMo forums, and it's like Camp Fire Chat or something like that. People like have different sections in the forum. One really big thing you definitely want to remember is to back up your work. No matter how you back up your work, whether you use a thumb drive, an external hard drive, Google Documents, Dropbox, email it to yourself, whatever it is that works for you, do it. I do it in multiple different ways because I'm scared I'm going to lose it. I've actually had that happen. It is not a good feeling when you put all this work and effort into something and then you lose big portions of it. Yeah, it won't happen to me again. I save it in a variety of ways. I have an external hard drive. I save it in Dropbox. I save it on my hard drive, my regular hard drive. And then sometimes, like once a week, I'll email it to myself just in case, because I can always redo a Scrivener project, but I really don't want to have to go through and rewrite 60 or 70,000 words of a novel. I don't want to. I've had to. And do you know how hard it is to remember 60 or 70,000 words of a novel? Remember to take care of yourself. Hydrate. Get sleep. Exercise. Eat well. If you're stumped for an idea, sometimes taking a walk or taking a hot shower can help you. Sometimes taking a drive and going to get a cup of coffee somewhere else, or having lunch with somebody, getting out of the house can help you. Just remember to take care of yourself. I do drink a lot of coffee during the NaNoWriMo events. I drink a lot of coffee when it's not NaNoWriMo events. But I also drink water. I also drink sweet iced tea. I on occasion drink Dr. Pepper. I drink juice a lot. I eat a lot of fruit. I do fruit and veggie smoothies sometimes. So I try to take care of myself, and I try to go walking for at least 15 minutes to an hour every day. And then last but not least is, like I said, check out the writing community on the NaNoWriMo forums. You can also check out the writing community #WriteStuff. Tamara Woods does that. She hosts live tweet chats every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, #WriteStuff. You also might want to check out #WriteTube. You can check out Facebook. Facebook has NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo websites. Facebook, and then on YouTube, there are a ton of people who are on YouTube talking about NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo. Thanks for watching. I hope these tips have helped. Like I said, remember it's fun. Remember it's just a first draft. Remember to turn your inner editor off. Back up your work. And the forums, NaNoWriMo, and all the other writer communities. Thank you for watching. Have a great one. Bye.